The pandemic hit like a storm, leaving an enormous impact on the world. People were uncertain about their future and businesses were struggling to survive. The record high headcount of unemployed individuals was a testament to the devastation caused by the virus. Despite the dire situation, there were still innovators who refused to give up. They mulled over ways to adapt and overcome the obstacle that was the pandemic. However, their resources were limited as funding had been slashed due to the economic downturn. But these innovators were determined to not be left on the sidelines. They found ways to make do with what they had and pushed forward. They came up with new ideas and found ways to make them work in the current climate. Through their hard work and determination, these innovators were able to overcome the obstacle that was the pandemic. Businesses began to pick up again and the economy started to recover. The headcount of unemployed individuals began to decrease and the world slowly started to return to normal. The pandemic was a difficult time, but it also brought out the best in people. It showed that even in the face of adversity, we can still find ways to overcome obstacles and come out stronger on the other side. Vocabulary. Pandemic. An outbreak of a disease that occurs over a wide geographical area and affects an exceptionally high proportion of the population. 1. The pandemic spread rapidly across the globe, causing widespread panic and fear. 2. The government was forced to implement strict measures to contain the pandemic and prevent further spread. 3. The pandemic hit the economy hard, causing many businesses to shut down and leading to a record high headcount of unemployed individuals. 4. The pandemic also highlighted the importance of a strong healthcare system and the need for better preparedness for future outbreaks. 5. Despite the devastation caused by the pandemic, it also brought people together and showed the kindness and resilience of humanity. Enormous. Extremely large in size, amount, or degree. 1. The enormous ship was towering over the small boats in the harbor. 2. The cost of the project was enormous, stretching the budget to its limits. 3. The amount of food wasted at the banquet was enormous, enough to feed a small village. 4. The enormous elephant was a sight to behold as it wandered through the jungle. 5. The enormous building took over a decade to construct and was a marvel of modern architecture. Uncertain, not known or definite. 1. The outcome of the election was uncertain, with polls showing a close race between the candidates. 2. The future of the company was uncertain, as it was facing financial difficulties. 3. The weather forecast was uncertain, with a chance of rain and thunderstorms. 4. The stock market was uncertain, with investors unsure of where to put their money. 5. The travel plans were uncertain, as the border restrictions were constantly changing. Record high, the highest level ever recorded. 1. The temperature reached a record high of 120 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. The stock market hit a record high, with investors making large profits. 3. The headcount of unemployed individuals reached a record high during the pandemic. 4. The number of cases in the city reached a record high, causing concern among residents. 5. The number of donations received by the charity reached a record high, surpassing all previous years. Diminished. Reduced in size, amount, or degree. 1. The once thriving town was now diminished, with many shops and businesses closed down. 2. The population of the endangered species had diminished significantly, with only a few hundred remaining. 3. The light from the star was diminished as it moved further away from Earth. 4. The company's profits were diminished due to increased competition and a decrease in demand. 5. The confidence of the team was diminished after losing several consecutive games. Innovators, people who introduce new ideas or methods. 1. The company's success was due to the hard work of its innovators, who constantly came up with new products and ideas. 2. The conference brought together some of the world's leading innovators in the field of technology. 3. The government's program aimed to support and encourage young innovators to start their own businesses. 4. The innovators in the lab were testing a new technology that could revolutionize the industry. 5. The class was designed to inspire and nurture the next generation of innovators. Mulled. To think deeply about something. 1. The businessman mulled over the potential risks and benefits of the proposed merger. 2. The scientist mulled over the data, trying to find a pattern that would lead to a breakthrough. 3. The artist mulled over different color schemes for the painting, trying to find the perfect combination. 4. The teacher mulled over the best way to explain the concept to the students. 5. The writer mulled over the various plot twists, trying to find the best one for the story. Slashed. to reduce significantly. 1. The company slashed its budget for research and development, causing concerns about its future. 2. The government slashed funding for education, leading to cuts in programs and staff. 3. The store slashed its prices for the end-of-season sale, drawing in large crowds. 4. The company slashed its emissions, meeting the government's new regulations. 5. The airline slashed its routes, reducing its flights to only the most popular destinations. Obstacle. Something that stands in the way of achieving a goal or objective. 1. The obstacle course was designed to test the participants' physical and mental strength. 2. The language barrier was a major obstacle for the international students, making it difficult for them to communicate with their classmates. 3. The lack of funding was an obstacle for the nonprofit organization, making it difficult for them to continue their work. 4. The high walls of the fortress were an obstacle for the enemy army, making it difficult for them to penetrate. 5. The obstacle in the race was a steep hill that required the runners to dig deep and push through the pain. Overcome. To successfully deal with or overcome a difficult situation or problem. 1. The team overcame their rivals in the championship game, winning the title. 2. The patient overcame the illness, making a full recovery. 3. The company overcame the economic downturn, becoming one of the most successful in its industry. 4. The explorer overcame the harsh conditions of the wilderness, reaching the summit of the mountain. 5. The child overcame his fear of the dark, learning to sleep in his own bed. Sideline, an activity that is not a main focus or priority. 1. The musician had a sideline as a graphic designer, using his skills to create album covers and posters. 2. The athlete had a sideline as a coach, helping to train the next generation of players. 3. The teacher had a sideline as a writer, publishing books in her spare time. 4. The scientist had a sideline as a musician, playing in a band on the weekends. 5. The entrepreneur had a sideline as a farmer, growing crops and raising animals on the side. 5. Thank you.